Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming out to recognize our 2020 Tenet Heroes at Doctors Medical Center. We have 2 Tenet Heroes to recognize today who have been honored by Tenet as part of their annual Heroes program. Tenet Heroes exemplify core values. They positively impact patients and those around them, and they embrace the importance of hope and resilience even in the face of adversity. Our Tenet Heroes are well respected and admired by all of their peers.
I am very humbled to be able to talk about this nurse. As our first sepsis coordinator, he decreased mortality for sepsis by a significant portion. Hundreds of lives were saved for people who had sepsis because of the work that he did. He educates all of our critical care nurses and continually supports them throughout their career and throughout their time in critical care. Most recently, well, I guess it's been a year or more now, we embarked on an ECMO program. And while there were many people who worked with us to initiate and to have a successful ECMO program, Ricky stood out as a leader among all the team that worked on that. He came in countless hours, went to Oklahoma to figure out how to make it happen. And again, many lives were saved and more to come due to Ricky's leadership and his help in ensuring that we had a very successful ECMO program. So if you were to ask for an optimal nurse, one we would love to clone, that would be Ricky Villavicencio. And I can't thank you enough. I am very humbled to be able to work for you and your team. So thank you and congratulations, Ricky.
So Susan joined us as a student nurse, I believe, a few years ago. I won't say the year, but it was a while ago. And I remember the day that she came to my office with this idea called the Honor Walk. And it was an idea that would celebrate the life of a patient who was going to pass away, but the patient and or their family had chosen to donate organs. And she brought this idea to me, and I thought, boy, what a great idea. And it was really because of her leadership and her foresight and her willingness to approach the organization and say, we need to do this. This is really important, that we were able to put this in place. I think anybody that attends one of these, and let me just say, as a non-clinical person, for those of us who are not nurses, to attend one of these has a significant impact as we see people lining the hall, as the patient is wheeled down the hallway, oftentimes by their loved ones that attend with them to escort them to the OR. So I really want to thank Susan for coming up with that program. Because of that, she is being honored within Tenet, not only as a Tenet hero, but she's going to be inducted into the Tenet Hall of Fame. And there are somewhere more, I've lost track, but somewhere more than 100,000 employees within Tenet. And out of 100,000 employees, there were 23 in the entire company selected for this honor. And Susan is one of those. So we're very proud of her. And like Cheryl said, I'm humbled and very fortunate to be a part of her team and to be able to work here with nurses like her and like Ricky and like so many others that are here.
Susan, you probably had no idea that it would be as meaningful as it is for families. And I will tell you one very brief story I will never forget. Early Easter morning of last year, so about a year ago, I stood with a family who had just said goodbye to their loved one during an honor walk. And they told me, they said, Jeremy, you have no idea how much this means to us because we're not going to be able to have a memorial service for our loved one. This was our memorial service. And so if I could, I wish I could encompass in words all that means, but on behalf of all the families that have been impacted by the honor walk, and probably many of our staff, I would say just thank you. Thank you for not only having the passion, but having the willingness to step forward and do something about that passion.
I joined the board, I believe, 8 or 9 years ago. And when I first got on the board, you know, you've been in different boards throughout the community. I thought, oh, this kind of be neat. And I was awestruck immediately by the dedication of the people of this hospital and the passion for trying to give incredible Medicare in Modesto. And so I sit here and I listen. I mean, ECMO has saved so many lives in our area, and I can't watch one of your walks without crying still. It's amazing how hard we work, not just to save lives, but to add dignity in the process of healing and passing through. And I can't even imagine how strong you two are in your dedication to be a hero amongst heroes. So as someone who's from the outside that has adopted himself into the DMC family and is very proud of that, I am so blessed to be here to honor you two, and thank you so much. The heroes among the heroes. Thank you very much.
This is very flattering. I'd like to thank everyone for being here and supporting us. Again, I think Susan and I both are from the ICU team. We work with wonderful people. So again, I guess I'll accept this award, this recognition, on behalf of all the ICU team members. Again, it takes a village to care for these patients. Even though it's very flattering, again, it's a team. And I'm just gonna echo the words of like Cheryl and Warren. This is a great place to work. It's a great place for our community, and I'm just happy to be here and do the best that we can to help people out in our community. So thank you guys.